Let's get into your idea of Kidstream and how that started.
Yeah, so that started after I was in Lazytown, I met a guy named Jordan Jadenkin, who's the co-founder with me, and we were working at Lazytown. He had been brought in to do a lot of the promotion, retail, and licensing deals. And we were traveling and we just really wanted to start a company together. We felt like we were a good synergy. He's a little younger than I am. In fact, his kids are now 4 and 6. And we just had different skills. So when Lazytown was ultimately sold, we helped sell it to Turner. We just started our own company. And then a few years in, we had an opportunity from one of the big cable companies to create them a streaming channel. And we just jumped on it. And it really wasn't but streaming was just starting to come around. And subscription channels were big, just starting to come. This was like 2016. So we just bootstrapped it and pulled a channel together and had it up on Comcast was our first place that we aired it. It was in January of 2017. We just, kind of really the wild west of streaming. And now there's a lot more competition, I would say, out there. There's a lot of people that are in the streaming business.
Right. So, for people that are listening that are not familiar, Kidstream is basically a Netflix dedicated just to kids, correct?
It is, and that's a good example because we are non-advertising like Netflix, or I know Netflix is maybe moving towards advertising. We're subscription based, and you can watch us unlimited amounts of time whenever you want. And so in that respect, it is like Netflix. You can get it in a number of different places. You can get it from your smart TV. We're sold directly or on apps. We can get it through Amazon as a subscription premium channel. You can add on to Amazon. So you can get it all different places. So in that respect, it costs $4.99 a month. But for that, you get unlimited viewing. We have about, we're adding new series about 2 or 3 every month. We have about 70 series right now, lots of episodes, really nice stuff, really high quality. Our focus is more quality over quantity too. I turned down, 10 out of more than a large percentage. I'm very selective on what.
I was actually going to ask you about that. Like, what's the mission statement for this network, so to speak, but also, what are the criteria that it takes for you to pick a show on there?
Great question, Rachel. We have 5 major things. Safe is probably the biggest thing. We want to be safe. We want you to feel safe there. We don't have any violence on the show. We don't even have any mean-spirited humor, which is very prevalent in older, kids stuff. We want stuff to be enriching. So we have things that, have a lot of different things that you'll learn from them. I mean, great role models, but also we have really fun shows that talk about, or in the background, science, technology, art, dance, crafting, fitness, even, and healthy eating. And so we have a lot of shows that have this kind of built in, a lot of wildlife, nature, and things like that. So they're really, you get something out of these shows, but mostly, and also diverse characters and diverse formats. So we look for all sorts of characters. We pull in shows from all around the world, and we also look at different formats. We have puppets, we have live action, we have stop motion, and of course a lot of really good high quality animation, and high production values. We're looking at really good shows. There are so many really good creators that put a lot of time and money into their shows, and we really value the value of those high quality productions. And finally, it has to be entertaining. You can't fool a kid. They are really smart. I was just in a second grade, talking to a second grade class recently, and it blows me away how smart these 7, 8-year-olds are. But so you can't trick them. It has to be entertaining first. So a show has to be entertaining, and then good creators know how to build in the background all these great things you can learn at a young age.
What's the sweet spot for the age that you're targeting here?
We only try to target from 2 to 9 years old. We feel like we have a nice range in there. You know, as you know, after they get 9 or 10 or 11, they're graduating into other programming. Really, it's hard to keep. Even though some kids, you know, 11 or 12, love some of the shows we have, we focus for 2 to 9. And I would say that even the shows that we have that are, I would say, are for the older age in that group, we feel like a 2 or 3 year old wouldn't ever be offended. You would never worry to have your 2 or 3 or 4 year old in front of any of our shows.
Right.
So that's kind of a barometer. We wouldn't want a show that we felt was too scary or something if a 3 or 4 year old turned to it.
I'm curious how it works when you get these deals. Are these shows now exclusive just to your streaming service, or can you get them elsewhere?
Good question. Really good question. I'd say about half of them, we are the only person in the US to have, but many of them, you know, the other half, we're happy to share. You know, we even share some with Disney or PBS, a few, but we have some classics that are other places. Like, we really like the classics. Like, you know, we have some old but great Thomas the Tank Engine. The original Thomas the Tank Engine. I think we're the only ones, though, in the US that have the original with Ringo Starr, who was the narrator for the first couple of seasons. And we have George Carlin, who became the narrator after that. We have both. But most people here in the States don't have Ringo. And we have Barney, for example, Madeline, some of these real old classic ones that are on other places. You can find them. So we do share some. But we really don't look, you know, that's one of the things I do at the company, and I really love this part, is finding the shows. If someone comes to me and says, "Hey, this is great, it's everywhere. You know, you want this show because it's here and there and there and there," that doesn't attract
That doesn't appeal to you. Yeah.
No, we like a special environment here. We're not.
So you basically are looking for some shows that we may have heard of, but you're looking to find new shows to give a chance to that fall under your criteria of the 5 values.
Exactly. We love to bring these great new shows.